Good stuff, man. DC comedy in the building. Where's DC? Yeah.
What's up over here?
Cool, cool, cool. Awesome, DC. Whenever you start telling jokes, we will start timing.
All right. First of all, thanks for everybody in the festival. I had fun watching everybody set, especially that French guy. Yeah, it was a blast. So, joke theft is a problem in our industry. That's the reason why I use the N-word as much as possible throughout my set. So, if you're not black and you want to steal my stuff, so I like my woman like I like my coffee, strong and black. But I also like a mocha latte. Like I love mocha latte with a whipped cream in the center here, and a little bit of that swirl, a chocolate swirl. Oh, and I love pumpkin spice. Pumpkin spice season every September. I'm in love with it here because just the flavors here and just the people. Oh, flat white. I love flat white. You know what I'm getting at.
Oh yeah.
So a couple months ago, I arrived from Singapore. I spent 3.5 years living there, came back because of COVID. Singapore, when COVID disappears and everybody's safe to travel, that's one of the places you have to visit. Great country. There's no black people. Lots of Chinese people, no black people whatsoever. In fact, they didn't even use my name. They just called me a black man number 5. The country is organized. I mean, the best example was their COVID response, right? It was stellar, world class. Everybody banded together to make sure that they got their stuff together. However, people were paranoid and anxious because of that pressure. I mean, I got to the point that I'm on public transit. I can't even clear my throat. Like, felt people look at me like, I'm like, yo, relax. It's not COVID. It's my Ebola. You're not going to get it. It's clear up in 2 weeks. We're good. Yeah. It's a very safe country. Very, very safe country. Here's how safe it is. One time, I left my phone in the taxi accidentally, and I panicked, and I ran after the taxi, and I stopped it before we took off, and I was freaking out, as anybody would. In that moment, I realized, wow, I was more panicked about leaving my phone in a taxi than if I were to leave my daughter in a taxi. Because really, I mean, if it was my daughter, I'd be like, they'll bring her back. Because if you're not black and you're Singaporean or you're Chinese Singaporean, you can't really walk home with a black child the same way they walk home with an iPhone saying, "Hey, honey, look what I found. It's a lucky day. Let's hope it's not a brick." Yeah, it's even if she was lost, let's just say I did have a daughter and she was lost there. You know what? Singaporeans are so friendly. They'd be like, "Oh, look as though you're lost. Oh, follow me. We'll straight to black man number 5. I'll take you back. Come on." No, I'm an easygoing father. Like, I'm not an overprotective parent. In fact, most parents or most fathers are overly protective about like kidnapping. I'm not concerned, right? Because if you kidnap a child, you're responsible for ransom, and you ask for ransom, you got to make sure that they're protected and not a hair is harmed on them. And if you kidnap a black girl, good luck, because you have to take care of their hair. And that shit is expensive. We had to take a black hair loan. We're 3 months behind. I mean, it adds up. You got the creams, relaxers, the conditioners, the different types of hair, the human hair, the animal hair, the yak hair, the mermaid hair, black unicorn tears. I mean, it gets really extreme. In fact, I mean, I'm to the point right now, I'm thinking, maybe I should just go to jail just so I can learn how to do cornrows and save money. Right. And once I come out of jail, my daughter better not complain about how I do her hair. It's like, "Oh, Daddy, this row ain't straight." I was like, "Girl, the row ain't straight? Do you have any idea what Daddy had to go through to do your cornrows? I killed 2 guys. I was put in a box for 2 weeks just for the extra time to get this technique down pat. I joined a gang, girl. A gang. I'm a triad now. Daddy tossed a man salad. I had croutons. Daddy did some horrible, horrible things. But you look good. You look great, baby. I know for a fact that some of you guys can be asking, okay, what's a tossed salad? Urban Dictionary, check it out.
Yep.
Yeah. So I know for a fact, and the most offensive thing that anybody's ever told me was to say, hey, DeeCee, I needed to act black. You know how ignorant that is? Okay, first of all, I know how I sound. I get it, right? I get it. I know I don't sound black. I mean, yes, I have low street cred, but I have a high credit score. I'm just saying, I know how I sound, right? However, see, someone who said that to me wanted me to fit into a certain image and stereotype of what he thinks black people should be. Guess what? We have different range and varieties of blackness here, right? We're all over the scale. In fact, every black person has a dial. We can turn it up or down. We turn it down when it's necessary or turn it up. I'm a chiropractor. And I have to turn mine down for work all the time. I have to turn it down. See, what you don't want to do is to come to my office with a problem and go, okay, let me see your x-rays, Mr. Jones. Okay, you have cervical degeneration, you have thoracic spondylosis, and it looks like you had a disc herniation a couple of years ago. You might need surgery, but let's get an MRI to be safe. That's what you can expect if I turn my blackness down on the all the way down and not leave it on my default setting. But if I forget to turn it down and you come to my office and I leave it all the way up, like all the way up. Okay, Mr. Jones, take your x-rays. No! How the fuck you still standing? Nigga, you can need an MRI. Like that's folks, my name is DeeCee. Thanks for your time and attention. Peace out. Deuces.
Ooh. Awesome.